Hello, I'm Jody Wolf, and you're watching Expoz, April 9, 2020, 9:11 p.m. Birmingham. In topic, look, I ran across a blog last night. I cannot find it, and it's one that I want you to hear. It's the name that the Pope is taking. He's dropping the first part of his name, the last part being Jesus, the first part being something else that means Jesus. And I mentioned that on my prior blog and questioned why would he do that? Well, maybe he's got a bigger title. Maybe his name, he's going to a much bigger position. Let me let you hear one thing quickly. Stephen Benoon, he's the Israeli News Live. This is what he thinks right here. I'm going to let you hear just a moment of it. And I believe the very same thing because, look, there's no way a COVID-19 can circle this globe. And I just don't believe it. I just don't believe it, guys. And even my daughters get upset with me when I say that. But let me let you hear what Stephen says, and he said this today, just a little bit ago. Here we go.
We are going into a one world government. This is why you are seeing this alleged pandemic across the globe being perpetrated everywhere, in every region, every country around the world, is to move the people into a global one world government. It will be headed in Jerusalem. This will be the headquarters. They will bring out a false Messiah, an Antichrist, if you would, that they will claim is the Messiah himself, but he will not be the Messiah. And of course, when I initially began to try to share this information with you guys, unfortunately, I didn't know how much I could share with you, what I could say, what I could not say. And so it was a little bit difficult for me to express what was going on. So
I'll stop that on him because what he's going to go on to tell you from there, that he fears now for his family. He said that. He says, I got to do what I got to do to protect my family, because he's going out on this limb and saying what a lot of us think. I think the same thing. And if you go way back to my earliest blog about COVID-19, the very first blog I did about that, I said there's no way that this thing could travel this quick without someone doing it. And I mean going to these places and dusting or spreading or however they would do it and move it. And but then I heard the name that the Pope was changing his name to. But let me mention this. As Stephen says, we're herded, we're rounded up. It's worldwide, and it calls for a global system, a one world government. That's what he's talking about. And who's going to be the leader of the one world government? Most likely, we know it's going to be Antichrist, but who's going to take that title? Will the Pope take that title? You know what? The UN already said yes. The United Nations said yes. And guess who is working on and already said, and this disturbs me, that we can tag everyone, and it's a system to monitor those of you who are really sick and needs care and who we can watch for. So he wants to give you a chip or an implant, and his name is Bill Gates. He's one that also said, if you remember, about 9 years ago, the population of the country or the world should be reduced by at least 1 billion. He said that 9 years ago, and he said it since then a couple more times. And then he said, we need to cap our population. Well, Bill Gates, you ought to be included in that because you're a baby boomer. And even if he's not, money doesn't make him God. So, guys, I just want to let you hear things that I'm thinking, that I've been thinking all along. And if you go back, you have my sporadic, did I say sporadic, runs, at the type of blogs I'm doing. I try to get on board and believe something, but if it's not there, it's not there. I can't believe it if it's not the truth. Like I said a little bit ago, you guys who are giving us prophecies and dreams and visions, if you given if God gave them to you, then you're going to give us the same. Every one of you will tell us the same thing. But we're getting mixed messages from all of these people. And I think no more than a few should be telling us, and what they tell us should all match word for word what they tell us. But they're not. There's workers of iniquity out there, and some of them are even those who say that they had a dream or a vision. Guys, wake up and get ready to go up, because we, the church, will not be here when the Antichrist takes charge. We'll be out of here. Jody Wolf Expoz.